Thanks, Teresa. I miss seeing you at the SEDCOR meetings that I used to attend for so many years, and now Commissioner Willis gets to do that at the Executive Committee meeting. I want to say thank you to PGE and to SEDCOR for hosting us today, and it is so good. I have a mask over there, but I didn't wear it up here. I'm a rule follower, but I took it off when I got in here because, you know, we don't need them, right? Okay, but I do follow the rules. Well, I do follow the rules until I'm told otherwise in my life. But this is my eighth State of the County address, and there's somebody I was having lunch with today that this is, I think, Jan's 28th or 29th State of the County. Jan Fritz, would you please stand, please? We would not be here in the condition we are without great leadership from the top in Marion County. And John Latimer was here for many years, and Jan Fritz took over just before COVID hit. And so Jan's had a real easy time the last 2 years, right? It's been great to have her here. I'm going to just go through some highlights of what's happened, and what I'm going to present to you is basically what we're going to have in our budget presentation here in July for this next year's budget, based on our 21 accomplishments. And it's really over a 2-year period. I know last year we did this virtually, and one of the things that we said was we had a new commissioner, Danielle Bethel. And if you think about it, in 2021, Danielle was sworn in, I don't know, January, whatever, and I'll be darned, oh my gosh, what has happened with Danielle Bethel here? What amazing things have happened, and having the great energy and leadership that we have from Danielle. So that started off in 2021, and then we had the ice storm that hit us in February 13th. And I want to recognize there's a lot of city people here today. I know the mayor's here with us. The city and county public works departments and all those volunteers that took on the efforts to relieve, and we're still doing it. We're still bringing things to Browns Island where all those chips are being turned into really good stuff you can put back in your garden. And then I wouldn't do the right thing without recognizing our public safety, and a few of our deputies are here with us today, and the sheriff's department and the police departments that actually went door to door and did wellness checks on people because they didn't have power for at some point in time. I don't know how long your longest customer was, a couple weeks probably without power. So those wellness checks. I'm going to go back to the wildfire. As a wildfire survivor and as a county commissioner, I want to thank the Oregon legislature in 2021, Representative Brian Clem, who led the wildfire relief committee, and the money that they were able to bring back to Marion County and other counties that were damaged by those wildfires. And you can see the results as you drive up the canyon, but I don't want us to leave here not thinking about those that are still suffering as a result of that are underinsured or don't have homes that are being rebuilt. But the wildfire relief and rebuild in the canyon continues to go on, and I'm sure you'll hear a lot more about the details from Commissioner Bethel and Commissioner Willis about that. And then there was COVID. COVID, we continued, obviously we had the spike and we had more deaths, but some things that happened in our health department, the healthy table is here as I introduced them. They're right here in the middle. They were eating salad, so they're healthy. But I want to say this, that Katrina and the health department, the things that we did working with our underserved communities, we gave out over I think it was about $1.8 million in grants to our community organizations to try to get vaccines into the underserved communities. And we have a lot of partners, some of which are probably here today, that helped make that happen, to get it to people who we were having a hard time to get them the vaccines that needed those vaccines. And then the businesses that were impacted by COVID. I want to thank the Willamette Workforce Partnership. We were able to get out $2.1 million in business grants to people who needed those that were forced to shut down in 2020 or in 2021 and help them survive in their businesses. And as somebody who still has some restaurants I'm involved with, and Class A office space, you know that is a tough place to be. Nobody's in their offices. And then I want to recognize the COVID. I visited Salem Health a way back, and I went to their intensive care unit and saw the nurses and the doctors and listened to them and saw the tears. And I would be remiss not to recognize all our healthcare professionals. And I have a guest here that is shadowing me today. Katie Mix is a RN from Salem Health, and she's working on her bachelor's degree. And Katie, on behalf of all the nurses and doctors that have been working so hard to take care of us, thank you very much. And then we got to do what I love to do, is appoint state representatives. And you'll hear from Commissioner Willis, he thinks you should vote for him instead of us appointing him. He always says that. I remember this about it. That's true. Right. You should vote for him instead of us appointing him. But the way the process works, when somebody resigns or leaves for some reason, the parties send us candidates. And we got to appoint 3 of those in this last year. And I know that Representative Jessica George is here with us today. We got to appoint her. Congratulations, and thank you for your service. I don't believe Council President Hoy is here. Representative Hoy, we appointed him to replace Representative Clem, and Anna Scharf to House District 23, were those 3 appointments that we got to make, which I think were really important to serve us as the citizens of Marion County. 2 other things. The wildfire tax relief. We worked really hard in 2021 on a House bill that we were able to get passed that allowed all those fire victims, and it was optional for counties. And we are so far the only county that implemented this. We actually refunded 10 of your 12 months of property taxes if you were impacted by the wildfires. And we got it through as making it optional, and then we actually did that. And I want to thank our treasurer's office and all the people that worked really hard to make that happen. I personally got a check, and I donated it to the Detroit Community Church on their wildfire rebuild, because I said when I was testifying in the legislature I would not take this money, but it came to me, and I sent it off to help a good organization, the Detroit Community Church. And then we did the Community Development Division, and we started this with CBDG and all kinds of things that are coming at us from the feds and from the state. And that's a new department for us, and it's helping people, focusing on getting more housing units built. That's what our real focus needs to be through that program, is to find ways to get more houses built. I want to just say thank you. I want to thank you all for your support. This has been a crazy 2 years. Personally, for me, personally for everybody here, we've all been impacted either by fires, ice storms, COVID, whatever. And I want to thank you for being here today. And I'm looking forward to the questions and answers periods that you have, and we'll talk more then. So thank you very much. With that, I'm going to introduce, I guess it's the middle commissioner, right? The vice chair. So we have this thing. You're either the chair, or you're the vice chair, or you're the second vice chair, right? I guess I made that up with Sam and Janet years ago. When I became the second vice chair, I said, when the other 2 are gone, you're really powerful as the second vice chair, because you can't do a thing by yourself without 2 commissioners. So with that, Commissioner Willis, who is the second vice chair this year. Oh, excuse me, the vice chair this year.